Hey guys, how are you? This is video number 5. I'm at home. I had a slow day today because of my health, but it's a Monday, which is normal for me to have a slow Monday. Generally, I'm tired. I'm more tired on Monday. But I did get some stuff done when I woke up early this morning. I made breakfast. I ate breakfast. I made my lunch. I ate lunch. I looked for a job on Google Maps for industries I've worked in before, which would be real estate, resorts, travel, and I'm going to follow up with aviation next. I studied aviation when I was assistant manager to the floor in the marketing department at a resort company, and I want to find out if any aviation companies here in New York have any openings. I'm going to be looking for a part-time job because my body doesn't let me do full-time jobs, and I'm actually not even at 20 hours right now, but I'm just going to look for it and see if I can apprentice or if I can work a couple of days or a couple of hours for someone. And also, I'll let them know about my health issues. And also, I will volunteer if they won't let me apprentice or work part-time. I've already called a couple of companies this morning, and I have a business suit ready for interviewing. I found my resume and I lost it again. I forgot to tell you guys all of my symptoms. I have a bunch more I forgot to mention, but so that's the reason I'm not working the full-time hours anymore right now. But I do believe that I will still have a business that makes $100,000 a year, and I do believe that I will get stronger and work more hours. I've been able to consistently. It just, a lot of things have to work out together. So in the background, you can probably hear my roommate. She just came back from the Virgin Islands, and I needed to get this video done today. Thank you guys for watching. I'm so grateful. And I wanted to ask you guys about starting your own business. I majored in international business, Japanese, when I was in college at actually 2 private universities. The first private university, they were being sued for fraud, perjury, and $6.9 million. And it was $120,000 tuition, so I transferred to the University of San Francisco so that I could get a good degree from an excellent accredited university. But anyway, the president was embezzling. That was my first experience with people embezzling. I should have known when my major was international business that I would learn all about embezzling. But anyway, secondly, I wanted to give you guys exactly what you need to do if you want to start your own business. Besides that being my major, I had my own business at the age of 9 all the way until college. So I'll give you 2 points that you want to do, and then on the next video I'll tell you everything that you need to do. The first 2 things you need to do is, number 1, you want to make sure that you write down all of the things that you're good at on a piece of paper, front and back, or however many pieces of paper. And then you want to write down all the things you're passionate about. And then you want to find out how those things relate. You can go to the library, bookstores, and research. I actually researched the different industries to find out who's making money, where the money is going. Basically, what are people purchasing the most? That's really easy to find out which industries are making the most money. I like to do businesses that are a necessity, meaning people need water, people need a place to live, businesses that are a necessity. It could be a service or it could be a product. My first business was a product business. I had several different types of product that I sold to children in my neighborhood and children at school, and I outsold the school. So at one point I had to go underground for my business when I was younger. And then I started my own businesses when I got sick after being the assistant manager to the floor where I was making $100,000, and I caught the president embezzling. I had to have surgery after that because of all of the stress and everything and so much that happened. And then I started my own personal training business and music business teaching. I had paid over $10,000 to learn classical music training, as well as music business, as well as contemporary music training. And I've helped a lot of people do extremely well in their music career. I love doing it. If anybody wants help with that, I just like helping people with it. Anyway, getting back to what you need to do if you want to write a business plan. So first, write the 2 things down that you're good at and what you're passionate about, and then research the business industry from last year and this year to find out who's making money, what necessities are making money. Figure out which one of those. I actually used all of my passions in my business. If that's possible, go for it. But I will have a much more detailed video on that next. This is day 5, Monday. And I wanted to leave you guys with a scripture, Matthew 28, if anybody's interested in the power and the strength of God. I can't do anything without God. Matthew 28, verse 18 through 20 was the very last words of Jesus. And you should take a look at it if you're interested in what Jesus, the very last words he had to say, which were important to him. But for all those Christians out there, if you're interested in having a better evangelism, I have a list of 14 things that I make sure that I do in order to be very evangelistic. And I'll put it on the next video for you guys, because I don't want to make this one too long. Before the end of the day, I plan on exercising and getting up again. I already took a nap. I usually rest after everything that I do, because that's what my body makes me do. I'm really good at resting without making it obvious. I'll sit in a chair while I'm doing something else. So anybody who knows me knows I'm very energetic. And if you ever seen me sit down or something like that, that's me resting, whether or not I'm doing something else. I'm still resting. I don't have a problem with being ambitious or a self-starter. My mother was very good at teaching us how to be hard workers, and she would do that by she had a variety of things that she did. One example was at 3 o'clock in the morning, she would wake you up. If you had one speck on a dish that you had washed that was dirty, she would put them all back in the sink, soap them up real good for you, and then wake you up at 3 in the morning, knowing you had to go to school at 5 in the morning, and say, oh, I found a dish that was dirty. So you'd have to rewash your dishes. I think I had to do that one time, and that was it. I was cured. I've pretty much been a hard worker my whole life. I was somewhere around 9 years old, 8 years old, right around the time I started my first business, and I did not tell my mother. So anyway, guys, love you guys. Hope to talk to you soon. I'm just talking about working and a work ethic right there. That's very important. I don't agree with how my mother went about it, and I don't want to do that to my children. But I do want to teach my children an excellent work ethic, and I personally believe very strongly that that is why I have been so successful, even though my health